My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Red Sparrow. And I remember back in 2018 when this movie came out, there was lots of backlash to it. Lots of people complaining about the graphic nature of this movie, and I could have sworn this movie received an F cinema score, but I just looked it up and it actually got a B, which is very surprising to me. But on Rotten Tomatoes, it still received a 46% from the critics, a 51% from the audience. So this movie isn't well liked, and I've never understood why. Like, if you don't like graphic movies, okay, fine, totally get it. But I have always liked this movie, and I actually think it's pretty great. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And Jennifer Lawrence is just truly terrific here. She carries this movie so perfectly, and I thought she brought lots of depth to her character. She brought lots of humanity to this movie, and she just did everything that she needed to so perfectly. There are scenes where she's in control, there are scenes where she's a victim, there are scenes where she's just trying to catch up, there are scenes where she's very seductive. She just nails it all. And look, I know it's a boring choice, but she's definitely one of the greatest actresses ever. Like Red Sparrow, Silver Linings Playbook, American Hustle, the Hunger Games movies, Passengers, No Hard Feelings. She has so much range and she just fully delivers all the time. Okay, except for some of the X-Men movies, but she mostly delivers and she is just one of my absolute favorite actresses. Then we've got Joel Edgerton, and this character could have been a forgettable side character, but I actually felt like he brought enough to him, and he really stood out whenever he was on screen. Matthias Schoenaerts, I've seen this guy in a few movies, but I would say this is a great performance here. He's just so easy to hate, and he's so manipulative, and I thought he did a great job. Charlotte Rampling, not in the movie all too much, but she still does a really good job. Mary-Louise Parker, Cillian Hines, Jolie Richardson, Billy Camp all give fine performances, but they don't really stand out. And Jeremy Irons just fits this kind of movie so perfectly, and I thought he was great despite his minimal screen time. So, some of the supporting characters could have had more to do, they could have stood out more, but the cast to this movie is still really solid, and it is incredibly well directed by Francis Lawrence. Like, this movie is beautifully shot, the movie sounds great, and some of the costumes here are just terrific. Yeah, you can tell that he put lots of work into this movie, and I like the patient storytelling. It's very slow, but it's never boring for even a second. It's always engaging, and I like the fact that despite being a spy movie, this movie goes to places that movies typically in this genre just won't go to. It manages to be really bleak at times, really graphic, disturbing, uncomfortable, and it's effective whenever it does that. I thought there was real emotion present, and you just truly root for the main character, Dominica. And I thought that there were layers to her character, and you are trying to figure out what is she going to do next? Where do her loyalties lie? And I thought this movie was just so damn compelling. There's also a torture scene in this movie, and I have to say that it's one of the most difficult torture scenes I have ever seen. Like, we get the hobbing scene in Misery, the loved ones with the drill, Casino Royale, and this one. Those are, like, if you've seen the movie, you know what scene I'm talking about, but I found that to be so difficult to watch. So, it's maybe a little bit too long. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it could have maybe been tightened up by 20 minutes. I won't argue against that, but I still find this movie far better than giving credit for. It just feels like a really mature, patient story, and I like how it's willing to go to those graphic places, and I understand that it's not for everyone. It can be a difficult watch, but the brutality of this movie enhances the story it's trying to tell. It makes it more emotional, it makes it more disturbing, and at the end of the day, like, this is just a really memorable movie of its type. Jennifer Lawrence is truly exceptional here. So I'm going to give Red Sparrow an 8 out of 10. It truly is so underrated. But have you seen Red Sparrow? If not, have you seen Jack Sparrow? This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow. Anyways, Red Sparrow, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.